children, today let's start with chapter number 2, that is access, creating a database. So in this chapter, let's study about database. What is database? It is the place where information is stored and organized and it can be easily found and used. ये एक digital notebook की तरह काम करता है, right? For example, a school database can have information about students like their names, grades and contact data. So let's study about the Microsoft Access. It is a software which is used to store, manage and organize information. It is like a big digital notebook where you can keep lots of data in a clear and organized way. जिसमें आप data को एक clear और organized way में रखते हैं. What are the main components? That is table, records and fields. If we talk about tables, these are the places where all the data is stored in row and column. Records, each row in a table is record. जिसका मतलब क्या होता है? It has one complete set of information. Field, storing specific details like names or dates. Other features like we have data sheet, forms, filters and queries and reports. If we talk about data sheet, a view where data looks like a Excel table. Forms, user-friendly way to enter or view data. Filter and query, used to search sort of data. Reports, calculate, summarize summaries of the data or printing and share. Now starting access. To start the access, what you will do? You will click on the start icon to open start menu. List of all installed app appears on the screen. Scroll down and click to access 2021. Now you can create a new database or open existing data. Now creating database using template. So we will click on any template and the window will appear, right? To view previous or next template, you will click on slide menu. Type a name of the database. जैसे आपको grocery लिखना, आप name लिखेंगे. You can click on the browse button to find the folder and click on create. आप create पे click करेंगे, a security warning will appear. So what you will do to hide this warning, enable the macros in this template and click enable content and you can now fill the table by entering records. अब आप fill कर सकते हो table को by entering record. Now opening a database file. In Access, start screen by default, recently open files are displayed. If you see the file you want to open, you will click on open and skip to the rest of the step. So first step is click on the open other file, right? Then afterward you will navigate to the different location, click on the name of the file that you want to open and click OK. और आप देखेंगे कि एक security warning appear होगी. You will click on enable content and the warning will be hidden. Now creating a blank database. So if you can create a new database and fill data in it. How? You will click on the blank desktop database. A window appears displaying information about blank tab. Right? Then you will type a name for the database in the file name field and you can click on the browse button if you want to find folder and drive where you want to store the data. Now click on create, access, create a new database and open a new blank table. और आपकी new blank table ऐसे open हो जाएगी. Now you can create it. The navigation pane display database object such as table. आपको यहाँ पे टेबल, फॉर्म्स, क्वेरीज, रिपोर्ट सब दिखाई देगा. नाउ यू वांट टू क्रिएट अ न्यू टेबल. सो यूजिंग डाटाबेस व्यू, डाटा शीट व्यू इज यूजफुल व्हेन यू नीड टू क्रिएट अ टेबल. जब आपको क्विकली टेबल को क्या करना है, बनाना है, इट्स कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ न्यू फील्ड. इन दिस व्यू एक्सेस असाइंस जनरल नेम ऑफ द फील्ड, there's a field 1, field 2 and you can create a table by adding new field simply by typing the field name into the column. Now open a database file and click on tab. Then you will click on tables. आप डबल क्लिक करोगे कॉमन हीडर पे जिससे आप क्या कर सकते हो, फील्ड को क्रिएट कर सकते हो. Then you will type a name and press enter key and click on next one. Right? Select the data type for the field. For example, select short text. Type a name for the field. Repeat 6 to 8 steps to create or more fields. And you can resize a column by dragging column down. Now using design view. So you can make your table in design view for greater control in its structure. You can describe the structure of the table before creating and here you can enter your own field. So in design view, the window is divided into two pane, upper pane for creating field name और जो आपका lower वाला होगा उसमें आप क्या कर सकते हो, specific fields जो है उनकी properties को लिख सकते हो. So we have field name, data type and description. Field name unique name है हर एक field का. Data type आप किस तरीके के डाटा को डिफाइन कर सकते हो, उसको स्टोर कर सकते हो. You can enter detailed description. Data types in Microsoft Access. First is short text. जो टेक्स्ट होना चाहिए वो शॉर्ट होना चाहिए, नेम और उसका एड्रेस. लॉन्ग टेक्स्ट मतलब डिस्क्रिप्शन होनी चाहिए, नोट्स होने चाहिए. 65,500 36 कैरेक्टर्स है। नंबर जिससे आप न्यूमेरिक डाटा को फॉर कैलकुलेशन यूज करते हैं। डेट एंड टाइम, बर्थडे, कोई इवेंट शेड्यूल करना है। करेंसी, मनी। ऑटो नंबर, जब आप ऑटोमेटिक क्या करते हो, यूनिक नंबर को जनरेट करते हो। येस और नो आंसर, येस और नो, ट्रू और फॉल्स। ऑल यू ऑब्जेक्ट जैसे इमेज, डॉक्यूमेंट हो गए। हाइपरलिंक जो आपके क्लिकेबल लिंक्स होते हैं, राइट। नाउ अटैचमेंट जिससे आप फीड लाइक इमेजेस और आपकी जो डॉक्यूमेंट है रिकॉर्ड्स के उनको कर सकते हो। कैलकुलेटिव मीन ऑटोमेटिकली आप क्या करते हो, वैल्यू को कैलकुलेट करते हो। लुकअप विजार्ड, एक ड्रॉप डाउन लिस्ट है जिससे आप वैल्यूज को क्या करते हैं, सेलेक्ट करते हैं। नाउ टू ओपन द डाटाबेस फाइल एंड क्लिक ऑन क्रिएट टेबल डिजाइन। Define the field by choosing the required details, and the table design view window consists of two areas: field grid pane and the in which fields are created, and field property pane in which what you do, you specify your field properties. Now you should make entries in the field in the name data type, और जो आपका डिस्क्रिप्शन कॉलम है वहाँ पे आप एडिशनल इन्फॉर्मेशन डाल सकते हो। सो प्रेस F6 की, आप F6 की को प्रेस करोगे टू मूव अपर पेन टू द लोअर पेन, एंड यू शुड एंटर एप्रोप्रिएट फील्ड साइज, एंड देन यू विल प्रेस द F6 की टू रिटर्न। टाइप स्टूडेंट ID in the field column name. Press the tab key to bring the insertion point of the data type column. The word student ID is displayed in the field in the column. Now if you want to change the data type, click on the arrow button. After selecting the data type, जो properties है वो आपके lower पेज पे display होगी. So after selecting the data type, you will press the tab key. आप tab key पे जाएंगे and to move the insertion point to the description part. Press the tab key again to move the field name. Type the text in the field name and press the tab key so that you can move the data type. Right? Press the tab key to move the insertion point to the description column if you want to type the data and to remain as a short. Like we have some shortkey, Control plus N to create new document, Control plus P for print, Control plus O for open, Control plus S for save the database, and F is for quit from MS Access. Right? Now setting up primary key. So a primary key is the key that differentiates. जो records होते हैं ना फाइल में उसको differentiate करता है. The data stored in the key field is unique to a specific record. In each new table that you can create, you have a set of fields. You will use this key to relate records in the table. Now, a student records would use roll number as a key field because it has a uniquely identity. Next is step 2. Click on the primary key from the tool group. The field will set up a primary key और एक small key को भी indicate करेगा. Right? Primary key is on off toggle. It removes it and select primary key field, and you will click on the primary key again. अब दोबारा करोगे. Now understanding field properties. For that we have property pane, a section in Access where you can customize the settings of the field. General tab क्या है? It contains basic field like format, default value, field size. Lookup tab to create drop down list, right? नेक्स्ट ड्रॉप डाउन लिस्ट में क्या होगा, एक क्लिकेबल मेन्यू होगी जो आपको मल्टीपल ऑप्शन शो करे. प्रॉपर्टीज इन्फॉर्मेशन, ये डिटेल सेटिंग देगा ऑफ द फील्ड टू कंट्रोल दैट डिफाइन. येस और नो प्रॉपर्टीज, सब बाइनरी वैल्यूज होते हैं, ट्रू और फॉल्स, येस और नो को स्पेसिफाई कर सकते हैं. नाउ चेंज द फील्ड साइज. वी हैव शॉर्ट टेक्स्ट, वी हैव नंबर एंड ऑटो नंबर. आपका शॉर्ट टेक्स्ट में 255 होगा, नंबर में लॉन्ग इंटीजर्स और आपका ऑटो नंबर में भी लॉन्ग इंटीजर होगा. Now set field size. Default field size of data type of text is 255 character. You can change this size in range from 0 to 255 character. Click on the field whose default value you want to change. Click on the journal tab in the field properties. Right, enter a new field size in the field size box. Set a default value. You can speed up a data entry field जो usually जिसमें आपके कुछ values होती है by making that value as default. So if 90% of the student takes German as a language, you can make German the default value, right? आप German को क्या बना सकते हो, default value. Then you will click on the field in the field value. Click on Journal tab. Now click on the next to default value. Type the default value. Access क्या करेगा, automatically उसको add कर देगा. Right? Now set a field format. You can change the format of the field to update its appearance. So click on the field whose format you want to change. Click on Journal tab. Click in the next to format. A drop down आपको एक arrow दिखाई देगा. and from a number or auto number field, what you can do, your choices can be repeated according to your differences. For date and time, what you can choose date and time format over there, right? Now create validation rule. What is validation? It rules is used to limit a field entry, जिससे आप कुछ certain criteria met कर सकते हो, right? Now I will tell you the different steps for that. You will click on the field where you want to apply validation. Click on General tab in the field properties field. Click to the next to validation rule and type the validation rule in that row. Click in the next to validation text field, and in the data sheet view, if you enter a wrong entry, to violate the rule, a custom error message appears containing a text that are specified. Now saving and closing the table. Now you want to save the table or you want to close it. So for that, click on the save button on the quick access toolbar, save as dialog box appears. Type the name in the table name box, click OK, and click on the close button to close the table structure. Now adding records to a table. The first step is to create a table and save it, and second is to add records. So you will double click on table 2, student details table in language class. You can choose navigation pane to give more space. Type ID number in the first student ID field. Press the tab key to move to name field. Type the remaining entries by pressing tab. Step 4, after typing the last entry, you will see press tab. Add the remaining records by following the same step. When you finish entering data, click on save so that you can save changes. So access saves the table and you can see the name of the table in the navigation pane, right? This is all about the access. Hope you understood. Now we will meet in next class. That's all for today. Thank you.